shooting, scoring! And what a snipe!
Oh, he smoked him like a Christmas ham, as we say.
Back cross ice, what a save by Laurel!
History has repeated itself! Greater Sudbury has won back-to-back NOJHL championships!
This is Game Day, presented by BrokerLink Insurance. How goes it, folks? I'm Alex Bashevansky, back here in our league studio. Hope all is well in your world. There's a ton to cover today as we look at what's going on in the league right now, so let's get to it.
More than 10 games left on the season. He could very well do just that, as a long-range shot of the aforementioned Oregon is denied. Rebound chance, they score! And who else but Owen King to get the scoring started, as Keener's got his 26th of the year.
Sudbury hosted Kirkland Lake last night, and the Cubs were rolling right from the start, and that included Spencer Horgan, who supplied a nominee for the Goal of the Year.
And they have, unfortunately though, for their power play, have allowed 3 shorthanded goals and have one of their own, as walking in with a beauty! Oh my, Spencer Horgan! Roll it back and hang on to that one! Horgan with a Goal of the Year candidate.
Ridiculous, Spencer. That made it 2-0 for the Cubbies. Kirkland Lake managed to cut the deficit in half 4 minutes later on the power play. Nathan Harper standing on the doorstep. He bangs it home and makes it a 2-1 game. The second was all Cubs, though. Nolan Newton grabs his first of the night here as he rips it stick side on the keeper to put Sudbury back up by a deuce. Newton now has 11 points over his last 3 games. And then this happens.
Cosmic almost turned it over. And now the Cubs control it on the bounce. And here's a breakaway chance. It's Aidan McCartney who scores. And it's 5-1 Greater Sudbury as the Kitchener kid brings home his 13th goal of the season.
And they just kept on coming. Owen King bounces one in off Jacob Signoretti. That makes it a 6-1 game. But then a ray of light for the Gold Miners.
It was a young rookie. Got caught with his head down and got nailed in Alvalade with a big hit at the blue line on Isaiah Allen. But here come the Gold Miners and they score! Welcome to Kirkland Lake. Jack Nolan's got his first as a Gold Miner.
Nolan makes it 6-2, but this night was all about the dominance of Owen King again. Thomas Mercier has been feeding me all kinds of stats about the Cubs, so thanks, Thomas. King scores here. That's King's 5th 5-point game of the season so far. He has been just on fire this season. Sudbury rolls 10-2 over Kirkland Lake. And thanks to Thomas for the heads up on this as well. Another 3 points last night for Spencer Horgan. He now has 203 for his NOJHL career. He is just 8 away from tying the all-time points record for defensemen in the NOJHL, which is held by Noel Kaya, which dates back to the 80s. We'll keep an eye on that. NOJHL standing, Sudbury, of course, continues to lead the way. Timmins has played 4 less games. They are 6 points behind. Then it's Powassan just ahead of the Hearst Lumberjacks, the Paper Kings, the Thunderbirds, the Eagles in 7th spot. And then we've got a tie for the 8th and final playoff spot at the moment between Blind River and Kirkland Lake with 26 points each. Your game previews for today brought to you by Rogers. Great deals happening now. Rogers shop today, and the joint should be jumping tonight in Powassan. It's the Cubs, it's the Voodoos. They have split 3 games this season. In Sudbury's 3 wins, though, this is interesting. They have outscored the Voodoos 25-5. All their wins have been blowouts. Cubs just 2 overtime losses in their last 20 games. Powassan playing well as well, though, 7-3 over their last 10 contests. Espanola taking on the Sioux Eagles. The Paper Kings are 2-1 against the Eagles so far this season, but here's the Sioux. Their last time out, winning that dramatic last-second game winner with 4 seconds left on the clock. Sioux 6-3, 1-0 in their last 10. Espanola 5-4, 0-1 over that time. The Sioux Thunderbirds taking on the Timmins Rock. The Rock are 2-1 against the T-Birds so far this season. Timmins, of course, had its 21-game win streak snapped last time out, so they are looking to get back on track. The Thunderbirds 4-5, 1-0 over their last 10 games. And we've got French River taking on Iroquois Falls. Now the Rapids, 2-1 against the Storm. That is the only team they have. They have a winning record against this season, and it couldn't come soon enough for them to face the Storm because they are on a 17-game losing streak. Are the Rapids? The Storm 2-6-2 and over their last 10. So maybe French River can get it done tonight. Your scoring leaders up to date. Nolan Newton taking over the lead by Mathieu Comeau from just a point though. He leads. Cameron Menard with 60. His teammate Chase Thompson with 56, and Caden MacArthur entering the top 5. He has 55 points so far on the season. Primetime player from last night, it's got to be Owen King. Just another dominant performance by Kinger. 5 points, 2 goals, 3 assists, and as Thomas Mercier mentioned, that is the 5th 5-point game for King this season. That is just absolutely insane. And your play of the day brought to you, of course, by our friends at BrokerLink. Auto, home, and business insurance. BrokerLink. Life is confusing. Your insurance shouldn't be. We're going with Spencer Horgan. This is definitely a goal of the year nominee.
And they have, unfortunately, though, for their power play, have allowed 3 shorthanded goals and have one of their own as walking in with a beauty. Oh my, Spencer Horgan. Roll it back and hang on to that one. Horgan with a goal of the year candidate. Rains home a power play goal and a half.
And that's all the time we've got for today, but just a reminder, all throughout the season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the NOJHL, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Hello and good evening and welcome into the Powassan Sportsplex for tonight's match between the Powassan Voodoos and the Greater Sudbury Cubs. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Harrison Clements in this one. It should be a good one. It's the 6th time, Harrison, that these two teams have met this season, both of them going 3-3 in 6 games. The Cubs are 2-0 in their 2 visits to the Sportsplex, where the Voodoos are 3-1 at the Jerry McCrory Countryside Arena. However, one thing to watch out for, if it's a close game, it's gone the Voodoos' way. If it's a blowout, it's gone Sudbury's way.
It has been quite the differing score lines when these two have met up this year. But the Voodoos have had a decent winning streak after being on the road for 3 games. They took on the French River Rapids, which they won handily, and then they went for a little bit of a northern swing, defeating the Timmins Rock, I believe 5-2. And then
ending their 21-game winning streak, too.
Ending that massive win streak that the Rock have been on, keeping them in an impressive second place with 55 points. Voodoo's now sitting at 48 points, 3rd place in the standings. And then a close game against the Hearst Lumberjacks, which was tied until the last 50 seconds or so of play. And Hearst ran away with that one. So this is the Voodoo's first home game in a while. The Greater Sudbury Cubs have won 5 of their last 5 as they had taken on, I believe it was French River Kirkland Lake in a 10-2 win. Then they also won 6-2 against Hearst in Hearst, 7-1 in Kirkland Lake, and then 11-0 French River and 9-3 against French River before that. So both of these teams facing French River twice in their past 5 games.
Yeah, the Voodoos started the second half of the season in Sudbury and didn't really go their way, but the Voodoos are on fire, as we mentioned. With their win in Timmins on Tuesday, they surpassed their win total from 2024-25 with their 23rd win of the season. And a couple of players are on fire. We'll talk about that a little bit more coming up. In the Voodoos lineup, Devon Brown and Bruce Gray continue to be day-to-day with injuries and are out for this contest. On the back end in net, Aurelia Terriers affiliate goaltender Wilson Mackey is backing up Derek Champagne as Voodoos goaltender Cole Vrugdenhill continues to play for the North Bay Battalion while Mike McIver nurses a lower body injury. Of note, I'm pretty excited to get this game going because I don't know if I can do this anymore. It's been a long time since I've done a broadcast, Harrison, and huge kudos to Ben Sargent for stepping in while I was on the sick bed. And we'll be back with more on the other side of the national anthem.
And just talking about those players who have been on fire lately, we'll take Jax Pereira, Ryan Saginaw, and Caleb Dawson. They've been on fire since the French River Rapids on Tuesday, January 13th in Powassan. Saginaw has 11 points in 4 games. Dawson has 10 points in 4 contests. And the red-hot Jax Pereira has 13 points in 4 games. A very welcome re-addition to the Powassan Voodoos. The line has combined for 34 points in 4 games, leading the Voodoos offensively.
Video game numbers from those 3. And it's been great to have Jax Pereira come back from the North Bay Battalion. In net for the Greater Sudbury Cubs is Ian Wintle. He's 4-0 on the season in 5 games with a 1.94 goals against average and a 9.29 save percentage. And in net for the Voodoos is Derek Champagne. He's 13-5 in 20 games, 284 goals against average and a 917 save percentage. So it might be a show of the goaltenders here in this one as we're just getting set for the opening draw. It's Justin Russo in there for the Voodoos, and it's won by Sudbury. The Cubs in their road blues are going right to left to start, their left to right, to start this frame. And the Voodoos in their home whites are going right to left, and the puck is into Voodoos territory. It's Kratz behind the net. He plays it up for Bradley, kicked out front though, and now Dylan Roussell's off to the races. He's going to flip it down, and that one took a weird bounce off the stanchion, and icing is the call. So the Cubs are going to get an offensive zone draw, 21 or 20. I can't do math. At 1939, I'll just say it that way to make it easier.
Well, it's fairly obvious how both these squads wanted to start this game a little bit heavier, as the line of Russo, Bradley, and Kupal were out on the ice to start. A heavy checking line, perfectly designed for these situations if they couldn't clear the zone, or great going on the forecheck and establishing some offense early on.
A heavy checking line that's not afraid to put the puck in the net either. Heath Bradley, 18 points in 25 games, has been impressive. Justin Russo has 40 in 34, and Benjamin Kupal has 16 goals and 25 points in 24 games this year, as the puck is still in Voodoos territory. It's Roussel. And Kupal, who came over in that 3-way trade that sent Caden Cowell to Kirkland Lake, has been impressive since coming over from Iroquois Falls. Going the other way, Jasoni attacking his man, and the puck comes loose by Owen Head. It's back to the blue line. Shot from the point, they fan on it, and they'll have to retreat. That's the Cubs. Walking in was Vlad. He was deemed just behind as it was offside. So we'll get another stoppage here, 59 seconds into the contest.
Sudbury pressing early. They've had quite a few chances entering the zone, but the Voodoos have been clearing quickly and making a lot of good stick plays at the blue line to stop any sort of actual presence from kicking up.
Marnell with the puck to Bagley. Bagley tried to get it down the ice. He fanned on his pass attempt, and now the puck is down into the neutral zone. Still down the ice, Bagley had the puck knocked off his stick and into the Voodoos bench, so we'll get another stoppage here.
Lots of chippiness so far, and neither team really finding their spot quite yet. Just over a minute into this one. A few stoppages so far.
We have yet to see that line that we talked about of Dawson, Saginaw, and Pereira. And it'll be interesting to see how they fare against the Cubs as the puck rolls in on Champagne. He knocks it to the side. It's up for Bond Sr. Bonsignor cross ice looking for Lefebvre. Lefebvre gets it in, and he gets the puck around Risman, but not himself. Now he picks it up deep in the zone. He scored a nice goal in Sudbury just before the Christmas break. Bonsignor flips it around. It's Lefebvre on the far side. He stops up the puck, plays it back to the blue line for Bagley. Bagley with a shot from distance that got through, and we have our first shot of the game here, almost 2 minutes in. Puck in the neutral zone. Bonsignor picks it up, tries to flip it down the ice. Pereira is going to chase after it. Now it's Varela in there as well. Dubroy with him as well. Now the puck back to Risman. Risman behind his net. Plays it up. It's up for Dubroy, and he missed it. Now it's Roussel who nearly gets run over by Caden Dubroy. Puck back into the offensive zone. Saginaw battling for it. Gets it forward. Dawson chasing after it. It's him and Risman in the corner. Still battling. Pereira in there. Pereira with the puck. He takes a shot from Newton as Pereira comes away with it. Pereira back up for Saginaw. Saginaw fires. He puts that one wide. Kratz flips it to the back into the corner. Dawson sends it around. Pereira picks it back up. Pereira in the corner. Gets around his man. Throws it out front. Saginaw was there for the chip in, but the puck was off his stick and into the corner. Now it's Newton. Newton walking in. Plays across ice. Kratz with a good stick to knock that one down. Now Saginaw stopped the puck from getting out of his own zone, but it's played in for Champagne, who plays it quickly back to Roussel. That line did a good job of pinning Sudbury in their zone. Now it's Roussel walking in. Roussel with a shot. That one hit Lazarus' stick, and it's out of play. And we'll get a stoppage here.
An excellent job from the Voodoos to establish some pressure. They get the Lefebvre line in. Lefebvre is able to draw some attention, wear down the defenders, and then as soon as the pressure goes, Jax Pereira goes in on the forecheck. That high-scoring line comes in and generates a few chances quickly.
Back to the blue line. Cullen with a shot. That one's kicked aside by Wintle. Now Barclay with the puck, and it's for King. Owen King flips the puck down the ice and is quickly into Voodoo's territory. Now Jasoni in the corner. Jasoni plays the puck around. It's up to the blue line for Jacob Signoretti. He sends it right back in. Past Caden Long. Jasoni playing the puck up, trying to get to Barclay. Now it's down for Boys into the near side corner. Hard hit along the boards. The puck comes out. And not for long, though, as the Cubs put it right back in. But Cullen gets it out. Now in the neutral zone. Body on the ground. It's Burnett who's going to flip it in. Wintle stops that one. Now the puck down for King. King with a shot from distance. And Champagne got a glove on that one. And Derek Champagne, as we get a little bit of rough stuff after the whistle, coming back from the holiday break with a brand new looking set of pads and quite the helmet decal as well. So good to see Derek Champagne still thriving here in Powassan.
Good heads-up play by Cullen to stay on the puck, get the puck out of the zone, and turn around the other way. The Voodoos have been clearing quite effectively so far.
Bagley gets the puck around behind his net to Marnell. Marnell up for Kupel. Kupel had the puck bounce away from him. Distance shot missed the net. Now the puck comes back out. Horgan, who's closing in on quite the NOJHL record for defensemen. Put the puck back in. Now Bradley sends it in cross ice. Kupel chasing after it. Vlad got to it first. Got it for Duguay. Duguay, the former Voodoo, down the ice for Ty Dubroy. Dubroy, his pass to the middle of the ice, not picked up. Now Kupel lost the handle of it right in front of his net, but it's cleared away by Champagne. Good clear by Bradley to Russo. Now it's to Kupel. Kupel to the outside. He's knocked off the puck by Vlad. Now it's back in the corner with them. Russo takes a bit of a fall. Now it's back to the blue line. Kratz has it. Kratz near side to Roussel. Roussel with a shot through traffic. It doesn't make it. Now the puck back the other way. Kratz chasing after it into his own zone. He has Ty Dubroy on him. Stops up behind the net. And he plays the puck up for Roussel. Roussel with some speed. Through the neutral zone, gains the line. Tried to play the puck out front. It hits a body and goes wide. Dax Klinghammer with the puck now. The captain of the Cubs going the other way. It's a 2-on-1. Gets the puck to the near side. And that one was just too hot to handle. And now we'll get an icing call against the Voodoos. That one was a little bit too hot to handle for Noah Cohen, who had the puck bounce off his stick, or else he was all alone in front of Derek Champagne.
The Voodoos getting lucky with some bouncing pucks here in the past couple of minutes, as Sudbury's had the odd man rush a couple of times, a 3-on-2, and then a brief 2-on-1 there. Need to clamp down on the transition a little bit. Otherwise, Sudbury will take advantage of these high danger chances you're giving them.
Yeah, we've seen it many times with the Cubs. They will pounce when they sense blood in the water. Rismond from distance. That one missed the net. Might have got the stick of Champagne. Now it's McCartney with the puck. McCartney out front, good chance off the post. That one went just off the post. Good chance there for the Cubs out of nowhere. Now Kratz gets the puck down the ice. Could have been a 1-0 game very easily on that. Cohan tries to flip it back in. Now it's picked back up by the Cubs. Risman on the near side. Risman, another former Voodoo, flips the puck down the ice. Bond Sr. got to it. Now it's picked up by Jasoni. No, he missed it as Cohan. Cohan walking in, takes the shot right into Champagne's glove, and he'll just cover it up.
Champagne having to stay sharp here early. That brief chance that snuck through just stays out off the post, and then a quick glove from up close. He's only faced a handful of shots, but each of the ones he's stopped has been very important so far.
Pereira in for the draw. As we mentioned, here comes that high-flying line. Klinkhammer talking to the referee, trying to maybe plead the team's cause for a goal, and now Adam Morrell is going to call over the referees to talk about it. Looked like it hit the post from here, but I'm not down on the ice, so we'll have to see what they say. Nothing really comes out of it, but all I can tell you is there's still no goal on the board. Peter Goulet having a bit of a laugh on the bench. Puck to the near side. Dawson trying to get it past Lazarus. He's knocked down. Now Jasoni sends it past Newton, and chasing after it with great speed is Pereira, but Signoretti gets to it first. Signoretti for Walker, leaves it for Newton. Newton down the ice, going to the far side. It's Dubroy walking in. Dubroy throws it to the near side. Lazarus picks it up, dumps it back in. Now playing up into the half wall for Dawson. Dawson flips it down the ice, is trying to get it past Lazarus for Pereira. Now it's picked up by Dawson. He tried to flip it back past Lazarus again, but couldn't get it by him. Now Marnell picks it up. Marnell to the far side for Saginaw. He gains the red line and dumps it in. Wintle stops the bounce back. And Signoretti plays it around and up the boards. It hit the linesman and went right to Bagley. Now Marnell gets the puck down the ice. Trying to get a hold of it was Boys, and he's going to send it in. Signoretti with the puck behind his net. Now the Cubs out of their own zone. Flip it up for Newton. Newton flips it in. It's picked up by Bagley on the far side. He's got King coming. And now it's back to the blue line. It was kicked back in by Walker. But now Boys gets past his man. Boys walks in, leaves it for Barkley. Barkley back for Boys. Boys in tight. They score! Pavel Barkley, and the Voodoos are in flight here. It's 1-0 on Barkley's 14th of the season.
And this play all starts off with smart positioning in the neutral zone. You have 3 guys along the blue line, 2 holding up at the red line, and you create that pseudo trap, you create the turnover, you transition quickly with the 3-on-2, and you just make smart plays. Basic hockey, go to the net and good things happen, and it's a terrific play from the Voodoos to go up 1-0 here about halfway through the first period.
Johnny on the spot, more like Pavel on the spot.
But
that was a terrible one. Right there in the blue paint. Now it's Kratz up for Russo. Russo walks in. Russo fanned on his shot or pass attempt. I don't really know what he was going for there, but he did have Kupel on the far side. Now Kratz plays it back up for Russo. Russo going for a skate with the puck, gains the red line, dumps it in. That'll rim around the perimeter. Now on the far side, Kratz keeps it back in. Plays it up for Kupel. Kupel chasing after it behind the net. Kupel on the wraparound, and that's stopped by Wintle. And we'll get a stoppage here.
Voodoos again fighting a couple of choppy pucks in the neutral zone, but again establishing quickly. They're more than happy to get the quick whistles, get set up in the zone, try and make a play off the face-off. They're just playing very intelligently, playing very controlled at this point.
Head in for the face-off. It's won, though, by the Cubs as Cohan came in and got the loose puck. Plays it up for Klinkhammer. Klinkhammer gets past Jasoni. Klinkhammer, sharp angle, chance into the slot. That one's into the corner. Now back to Horgan. Horgan at the blue line. Gets around his man, still walking in. Now he's with Jasoni. Jasoni and Horgan battling in the corner. Horgan comes away with the puck, though. Horgan plays it back in deep. Now it's Head all over his man, takes McCartney into the boards. Another play. In out front, Klinkhammer, a couple of chances. Big saves made there by Champagne as he got a couple of whacks at it. Now it's Cohan again out front, good chance, and now McCartney fanned on it. Lefebvre has a chance going the other way. Lefebvre had to stop up. He tries to get around his man. He does. Lefebvre behind the net, stops up, trying to play it to Bond Senior. Now it's Lefebvre trying to walk out front. He had it on the backhand and lost it. Now Cohan with the puck. Cohan flips it back in. Champagne out to play it. No, he leaves it. As is Bagley with the puck. Bagley with some speed in his own zone. Bagley going for a skate. It's in his skates. And now he flips it forward, and chasing after it is Dawson. Dawson with a good stick to swap that pass. He's battling for it in the corner. Pereira comes in. Pereira out front for Saginaw. And Saginaw fanned on that one in the slot. Now it's Caden Dubroy. Dubroy walks in, goes far side looking for Walker. He takes a hard hit. Out front again, another chance. They couldn't quite get that one on net as the Cubs keep owning the slot in the Voodoo zone. Puck back in. Bagley. Bagley plays it around to Marnell. Marnell tries to flip it out. It does come out, and Pereira's chasing after. It's a mini 2-on-1. Pereira out front for Saginaw. And he couldn't quite get a stick on that one as it went wide. Now Newton plays it out front. That broke Pereira's stick. And Walker walking in. Walker twisting and turning, plays it back to the blue line. It's Risman with a shot. That one hit a body, never got through. Now Walker again. Cross ice to Risman. Risman back to the point. Another chance. That one hit another body and went wide. Now Lazarus throws it in. Champagne played it into the behind the net. And it's picked back up by the Cubs. Walker. Far side, good chance. That's Owen King and stopped by Derek Champagne. Saginaw still battling with his man. They've been out here for a while. Hemmed in their own zone. Saginaw gets it out for Roussel. Roussel chasing after it. And the Voodoos will try and get a change in as Saginaw and Dawson go off. Played up now for King. King throws it cross ice. Roussel tried to get a piece of it. Now he picks it up behind his net. Roussel as Burnett takes a header. Played up to Long. Can't quite get it out though. As it's picked up now by King. King looking for Long. Missed his mark. Now it's to Kratz. Kratz plays it down the ice, and Jacob Signoretti will have to chase after it. Picking it up is the goal scorer Barclay though, but he lost it to Signoretti. Pereira's stick still in the middle of the ice. Now it's picked up again by Boys. Boys tried to get around his man. Signoretti got it away from him. Now playing it down the ice again is the Cubs. Into the corner. Picked up though by Jasoni. Jasoni nearly lost it, but he somehow got it out. Now it's picked up by Horgan. Horgan got it up for Antonioni with a shot. Champagne with the save. And it's picked up by Burnett. Burnett up for Kupel. Kupel just avoided a hit from McCartney. As that one looked like it was a freight train mark for Ben Kupel. Another shot from distance, flipped in on Champagne. Champagne tried to play it off and dumped it out. It hit the netting as he was trying to bank it off the glass and out. 8:56, left on the clock.
Well, talk about some fast and furious action as we won't quite get our mid-period break because of the deflection. But the Greater Sudbury Cubs, you talked about blood in the water. Well, maybe not be danger in the deep blue sea, but there's lots of danger in the blue paint as they have been whacking away at the net front of Champagne. They've had a lot of solid chances. And the Voodoos, getting lucky that their goaltender has not let anything pass. He's been tracking well, keeping those pucks out. And it's just been an onslaught from both teams.
Well, we got the scoreboard back. It disappeared for a moment there. I was going to say, I can't do math well enough to tell you how much time's left.
Well, I can read 2 on the board.
And the Voodoos, have a penalty. It's Heath Bradley. So the league's best power play gets a chance to shine here in Powassan.
Operating at 35.4%.
Voodoos have a pretty good penalty kill, however. But we've seen the Cubs' power play do some damage as a shot from distance is stopped by Champagne from Horgan.
And that percentage being 83.1 for the Voodoos at this point. So 8:49 remaining in a fast-paced period.
So it is going to be a penalty, I guess, against Champagne. There's another shot from distance. It's turned aside by the goaltender. Rebound chance. Blocked. And now we got Bagley down on the ice. He's getting up slowly. Played out front again. Back to the point is Horgan. Horgan to King. King with a sharp angle chance, and Champagne makes the save. And someone get Braden Bagley an ice pad after that big block. Oh my goodness, he's very slow getting off the ice now. As he went down in the heap, as he took all of that shot.
Helping his goaltender who couldn't quite get it over. Just stops that far side of the net, takes that shot point blank. What a gutsy effort from Begley.
Face off one, back to Horgan, to King. King takes a shot right off the shin pad of Kratz. Kratz trying to get the puck pinned in the corners. Back to King to Horgan at the point. Horgan in for King, back to Horgan. Horgan looking through his options, plays it back to Walker. Walker to the far side. It's Newton. Newton with a sharp angle chance. Dubroy in the slot. Puck is there, and the Voodoos can't clear it as it's back to the line, but Walker keeps it in. Now to the near side. Pereira tries to get it out. It's kept in by Horgan. Another chance flung around on the far side. Head chasing after it. Now it's played back in behind the net. Up for Horgan at the slot, or at the point again. Pereira took a chance. Another block made by Roussel this time. Now it's to Horgan. 45 seconds on the man advantage. Horgan switches with King. Horgan with a shot. That one's off the iron and back to the blue line. Pereira tries to get out. Oh, it's kept in. Oh, the linesman says it's out. Horgan shakes his head. And I have to be honest with you, I don't think it was out either. But
I think that was a deft touch, yeah.
The Voodoos might have caught quite the break there with 35 seconds left on the man advantage.
And they certainly needed it. The Cubs were moving the puck around really well. I don't know if I could count the amount of shot blocks that took place in that past minute and a half, but the Voodoos laying it all on the line to support their goaltender.
Off the draw, it's one. Bagley, good to see him back out there. Sends the puck down. Wintle plays it to Rismond. 25 seconds on the man advantage here. Rismond with the puck through the neutral zone. Gets around Russo and Dawson, and it's played into the corner for Klinkhammer. Now it's picked back up by the Voodoos, and down the ice it'll go. 15 seconds on the man advantage. Wintle with the puck in his own zone. Leaves it for Rismond. 10 seconds. Heath Bradley ready to come back out on the ice. Off to the far side. Cubs walking in. It's Cohan. Now it's picked up by Russo. Russo gets the puck out through the neutral zone as Bonsignor tries to get a shot away. He does. He scores! Parker Bonsignor. What a goal through traffic. It's his 5th of the season.
What seemed as a sort of non-threatening play, the sort of drift across the blue line, the bungled drop pass, and 3 bodies in front of the puck somehow threads the wickets and finds a way to the top corner of the Cubs net.
And that's 100% a shot that Wintle would not have seen until it was too late.
You could barely see it from the release point all the way up here in the broadcast booth. A massive goal for the Voodoos off of a impressive penalty kill.
Very impressive indeed, laying it all on the line. I think there was a commercial during the Stanley Cup playoffs last year that used that song quite a bit. As a shot from distance from Horgan's turned aside by Champagne. Who remembers those days when Lay It On the Line was on every commercial break? As now we've reached our mid-period break here, so we'll be back in a few seconds. And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex here for the final 5 or so minutes here of this first period. Sorry, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Cobwebs, you got to shake them off. It's been, here's my dad joke of the day, a year since I've done a broadcast.
You're also a year older.
Well, at some point, Harrison, he stopped celebrating those, and I'm getting pretty close to that time. Saginaw up for Dawson. Dawson trying to get Pereira, who is behind the defense, going. Now it's Duguay. Duguay in his own zone. Playing it out front. Good play by Pereira to pick that one off. Now Pereira down the ice for Saginaw. Saginaw trying to get around Vlad. Vlad picking up the loose puck, though, at the blue line. 6 minutes left here in this first period. It's 2-0 Powassan after the Parker Bond senior goal. A goal I don't think anyone's going to fault Wintle on at all. Pereira with the puck. Plays it around behind the net for Jasoni. Jasoni. Or is it Giasoni? I don't know anymore. Anyways, puck down the ice. Dawson with it. Plays it in deep. And it's picked back up by the Cubs in their own zone. Getting it out. Played down the ice. Saginaw with some speed, but he won't get there as Lazarus beats it out. Lazarus with the puck in his own zone. Voodoos have gone for a change. Saginaw still out there. Big hit thrown by Marcus Kratz on the far side. Kratz throws it to the near side for Roussel. Roussel is just going to dump it in, and it's going to come back and played for the Cubs. Signoretti with the puck. Gets it up. Antonioni up for King. King's pass blocked by the stick of the Voodoos. Now it's played back in for King. King walking around. He tried to get the puck in deep. It was off Bradley's skate. Now Long throws it far side. Signoretti picks it up. He throws it towards the net. Champagne, calm, cool, and collected with the glove. Will just put the glove up and pick the puck out of the air.
One of the keys to the Voodoo success so far has been their use of the active stick. Whenever they're engaging on a defender or on an attacker trying to take away space, the stick has always been doing something. It's taking away a passing lane, it's attacking a puck. In combination, it's negated a lot of Sudbury's rushing opportunities, and they've had plenty.
The shots on goal are 12-6 in favor of the Cubs. The Voodoos, though, have scored on their last 2 shots on goal. As now the Voodoos with the puck in their own zone. Of course, some of that is inflated by the power play, but the Cubs have controlled a lot of the play. Bagley with the puck in his own zone, tried to flip it out. It's out for Caden DuBrois. That one hit the shin pad of Newton. And now he plays it in deep for Walker. Walker out front, goes back to the blue line. Shot on goal is well high and over the net. Now it's Head. Head's going to bank it down for Bond Sr. Bond Sr. couldn't quite get past his man. Now Marnell showing off some mitts to get around his man. He'll just dump it in deep. Bond Sr. with the puck, flips it around. Barclay picks it up. Barclay on the far side, playing it out front. He had Bond Sr. as the 2 goal scorers. There's a shot by the Voodoos. 2 goal scorers trying to hook up on that one. Puck flipped back in. Jasoni with the puck. He has it behind his net. Klinkhammer is theirs. His pass goes up for Barclay, but Barclay was turning. Now Barclay gets the loose puck, and down the ice he goes. Trying to get it past Risman. Still battling for it on the far side. Klinkhammer picks up the loose puck and turns around. Now it's a good stick there by Jasoni to knock it away from him. Barclay nearly got it back. Cohan for McCartney with a shot. That one stopped by Champagne. Puck back to the blue line. As it's kept in by the Cubs. Jasoni. Puck was thrown out front for Cohan. Couldn't quite get a shot away. Now it's Klinkhammer again. Klinkhammer battling with Jasoni. Jasoni gets the puck away from him. Playing it down. He takes a hard hit. Burnett tried to get it in deep. He does. And Boys is chasing after it. Anthony Boys battling in the corner. It's picked up, though, by the Cubs. Risband with it as McCartney came in for support. Now it's Klinkhammer through the neutral zone. Klinkhammer with speed, trying to get around the defense. Good stick by Roussel to stop that threat. Now it's Pereira with it. Pereira down the ice. He has 2 Cubs to beat, couldn't. And now the Cubs going the other way with Cohan. Cohan takes a shot, stopped by Champagne. Played back down. It's Horgan at the point. Horgan got it for Cohan. Cohan can't quite get a hold of it as Pereira overskated it. Now it's played to the far side, dumped back in. Kratz plays it back. It's picked up, though, by Long. Caden Long battling for it, and it's picked up by Pereira. Pereira finds Saginaw. Saginaw stops up. His pass attempt to find Pereira is blocked by Vlad. Now Long takes a shot from distance, and that one's stopped by Champagne. Under 2 minutes here. Played out front. Horgan couldn't quite get his stick on that. As I go through all the words, Horgan walking back in. Long keeps it in. Long flips it in, finds his man King. King going around behind the net. King still going for a skate, takes a shot, rebound is there, but it's knocked aside. Vlad plays it for Horgan. Horgan gets it up quickly, and it's played to Long. Long trying to walk in with it. Voodoo's making his life miserable as he tries to. King trying to get around his man too. Now it's played up for Bradley. Bradley at the half wall flips it out. Now the Voodoos, if they have a chance here, is Kupel with Russo. Kupel couldn't quite get to it. He tried to get a shot on, but that one's blocked. Now it's back for Bradley as Kupel lines up his man, takes a shot. Now played to Marnell. Marnell with a shot as that one stings the Cubs. Another chance, and that one's chipped over the net. Now played down for Bagley. Bagley keeps it in. Russo lines up Caden Long. Now it's played up for King as we're 50 seconds to the buzzer here. Played back for Newton. Newton decides to retreat into the neutral zone, plays it up for King. King, sharp angle chance, Champagne had it. Puck is still behind the net. Walker plays it up. Signoretti keeps it in. Played around again for Walker. Good stick by the Voodoos, get it out. Signoretti, it's 30 seconds. Signoretti picks it up, plays it for Walker. Walker through the neutral zone now with some speed. Walking in, nifty move, Walker couldn't quite get a shot away though. Or maybe it was the stick of Champagne that was knocked that puck away, but either way, nifty move, couldn't quite score. Now Newton with a shot. Puck still there, it was blocked by Russo. Newton plays it into the half wall, it's played up and out. 5 seconds left in this first period. Played in, Newton again. Newton, last second shot, that one goes wide, and the period ends with a 2-0 score for the Voodoos. 17-7 are the shots on goal in favor of the Cubs after 20 minutes of play. Harrison, you know what I'm going to ask you, your final thoughts on that opening frame.
The Voodoos doing their best job to take advantage of opportunistic plays. After killing the penalty kill, they get that awkward bounce through for the second goal. Nice play by Barclay to tap in on the opening goal, and then just some real gutsy defending, especially on the penalty kill, and afterwards Sudbury has been keeping up the pressure. 17 shots has been impressive, an onslaught, but the Voodoos are clearing the pucks, they're keeping it out, and they're keeping this game close. And talk about Derek Champagne. He's moving, he's in all the right spots, all the right places, and keeping his team at this 2-0 lead.
Well, you and I took a road trip to Sudbury for the second last game before the Christmas break, and I think we're both in agreement that Derek Champagne stole that game for the Voodoos, and it looks like through one period here he's trying to do the same thing for his team as well. Anyways, he's Harrison, I'm Courtney. We'll be back with more Powassan Voodoos Greater Sudbury Cubs hockey on the other side of this first intermission.
Welcome back, everybody, to some Friday night hockey here in the Powassan Sportsplex. I'm Harrison Clements. He is Courtney Kenny, our wonderful cameraman, Mike Brown. And we have a 2-0 game here in Powassan for the Voodoos. Pavel Barclay and Parker Bonsignor open up the scoring in the first period for Powassan. But this is not the only game going on in the NOJHL, as we have 3 other matchups tonight. The French River Rapids are 5 minutes into their game with the Iroquois Falls Storm, still at 0s. And the same amount of time in the Sioux Thunderbirds and Taman's Rock game, but tied at 1. About halfway through the first period, the Sioux Michigan Eagles and the Espanola Paper Kings are still tied at 0s. And we enter the next 20 minutes of fast-paced action here in Powassan. Just shortly, 17-7 the shots for the Greater Sudbury Cubs. And again, 2-0 the score. There was only 1 penalty in the first period, and that was a delay of game charged to Derek Champagne, who decided the puck did not need to stay on the ice surface anymore and sent it into the stands. But that was said by the scoreline, killed off by the Voodoos.
You know, we talked about this before the game started, but you mentioned that Sioux Eagles game, and what a great job they've done really bouncing back this year after starting 0-9 before the NOJHL showcase. And now to climb themselves really into a solid spot. I think they've got 7 by a few points on Blind River and Kirkland Lake right now, right? So they've done a great job of bouncing back, and they're usually a pretty good hockey program out of Sioux, Michigan. So
sitting in 7th place with 34 points.
Back underway. The Voodoos in their home whites are going left to right, and the Cubs in their road blues are going right to left as the puck thrown cross ice by Powassan. Bradley chasing after it, plays it back to Kratz. Kratz shovels it forward, played again to Bradley. Bradley was in a good shooting position, but couldn't quite get the shot away. There's a delayed penalty here now for the Cubs as Bradley took a bit of a violent hit in the corner from Eden McCartney, as that was not a great hit on Bradley. Good to see him okay. It was a little bit up high and in the numbers, and that's going to get called probably 10 times out of 10 in this league.
Well, just a quick note on the second goal. Initially, it was Caleb Dawson with the only assist on the Parker Bonsignor goal, but Justin Russo was credited with the secondary assist. So Russo now with 30 assists on the season.
Not bad. He's 2 points away from 100 in his NOJHL career now.
And with that assist, Caleb Dawson now 8 points away from 100 in his career.
Dawson with 40 points or 41 points on the year. He's really come alive in his 3rd season. Russo, who's been a solid contributor ever since his rookie season for the Voodoos. And Ryan Saginaw with 50 are the top, or the 3-headed monster for the Voodoos. On the flip side, Nolan Newton has 71. Dax Klinkhammer with 55 and Mason Walker with 53. And that's not to mention Spencer Horgan right on their tails with 47. And Owen King, who's only played 17 games, has 46 points. So both teams have some firepower. Both teams have some goaltending. As we've seen this year, again, 3-3 are the record for both these teams against each other. As we're waiting here just for the scoreboard to get updated, it went out again. Something to look out for as the game goes on. Voodoos' power play has been good as of late.
26.1% to the Cubs' 83.6 penalty kill.
Again, special teams between these two teams are special. Saginaw in for the draw against Caden Long. It's one back to Bagley. Bagley at the blue line plays it to the far side for Saginaw. Saginaw back for Bagley. Bagley near side for Dawson. Dawson back to Bagley. Bagley looking through his options, gets it to Saginaw. Saginaw near side to Dawson. Dawson has the chance to shoot. He shot it, and that one was knocked aside. Now it's Saginaw back to the near side for Dawson. Dawson with another shot. That's blocked by Vlad. Picked up by Bradley. Bradley standing in front of the net. Got it to Dawson, to Kupel. Now it's Bradley with a chance, and that was knocked aside. Never got to the goaltender of Wintle. Now Saginaw with the puck, plays it back for Bagley. Bagley stopping up at the blue line, plays it cross ice to Kupel. Kupel plays it in, and that one's going to rim around. Vlad's going to get to it. Dawson tried to seal the perimeter and has played down the ice. Champagne will play it to Bagley as the power play unit changes with over a minute left. Bagley has the puck, wants Pereira to go up ice as he comes out from behind his net. Bagley up for Pereira. Pereira tries to get it in deep. He does at the half wall. Risman in there as well. It's played back, but Bagley gets to it. Bagley couldn't hold the line, and the puck comes out. Bagley flips it to the far side. It's picked up by Roussel and played back for Pereira. Now we're under a minute left on that man advantage. Roussel to Kratz. Kratz down the ice. Walks in, goes around behind the net. Plays it back to Roussel. Roussel played it to back, but Risman picks it up. Now it's played out for Klinkhammer, who gets it up for Cohan. Cohan walks in. Cohan takes a shot. Champagne at the top of his crease makes the save, and that's our first shot on this power play, but it's for the team shorthanded.
Well, you can see why the Greater Sudbury Cubs lead the league in shorthanded goals, 14 on the season. They are very quick to counterattack. We saw quickly a 2-on-1 almost develop, just aside from a quick defensive play by the Voodoos, and then again just rushing into the zone and taking away time.
Face off one by the Cubs all the way down into their own zone. Puck catches an edge. Now Risman has it behind the net. Dying seconds of this man advantage. Walker with it. And we're back to 5-on-5. Walker going for a skate, gains the Voodoo zone, and now it's flipped out. No, kept in by the Cubs. And now it's picked up by Kratz. Kratz up for Bonsignor. Bonsignor played it past Risman, and it caught an edge and nearly rolled all the way to Wintle. Now it's played up by King. Got it down the ice for Walker. Walker plays across ice. It's picked up by Pereira. Pereira flips it down the ice. It's picked back up by Pereira now, as it was flipped back in. Russo played it to Pereira. Pereira flips it right back in. Good jump by Risman to grab that one. Risman falling to the ice, fanned on his outlet pass, but he finally gets it down for Newton. Now it's Head. Head got the puck in his skates to Roussel. Roussel back for Head. Head behind his net. Has it. Twisting and turning. Plays it to the near side for Jasoni. Jasoni up the ice. Got it to Roussel. He's going to dump it into the Cubs zone. Now it's played up for Signoretti. Signoretti got it down for Varela. Varela walks in, takes a shot. That one missed the net. And it's going to bounce all the way down into the neutral zone and picked up by the Cubs. It's Walker. Walker got around his man. Now it's Lefebvre 1-on-1. It is a 2-on-1 now. Lefebvre played it out front. Wintle. That was a bit more of a pass than a shot, but Wintle will get credited with the save on that one.
A trading of 2-on-1s as the Cubs get a good rushing opportunity, but defended well. The angle cut off, and then the other way, similar scenario. Shots now 18-8 in favor of the Cubs. Still a 2-0 scoreline.
Russo in for the draw. He's shown the door, though, as Kupel comes in against Duguay. Tied up at the face-off dot is Ty Dubroy. Dubroy couldn't quite get around the stick of Bagley, and Russo plays the puck up for Bradley. Bradley stuck along the wall, plays it out front. That one's picked up by Horgan, and now Horgan takes a big hit there from Russo. Played up by Navarro. Navarro blows a tire, but he gets the puck in deep. Boys, or rather Marnell playing. He knocks his man over, and now Russo with it. Russo out of the corner. Going for a skate, plays it up for Bradley. Bradley's going to flip that one in, and chasing after is Kupel along with Vlad for Duguay. Duguay. Good stick there by Boys. Knocked that one away. Now Duguay plays it down the ice. Navarro got to it, and is dumped back in by the Voodoos by Burnett. Vlad played it to the far side for Horgan. Horgan in the corner. Has time and space. Almost 5 minutes gone here in the second period. Played down the ice, and that's McCartney who got a stick on it, but it hit the meshing, so it's out of play. And we'll get a stoppage here with 15:09 on the clock.
Well, I feel it's safe to say that the physical play has amped up a little bit. A couple of big hits thrown out by the Bradley, Russo, and Kupel line, making their presence known as they are so oft to do.
Face off one into the Cubs zone. Risman with it. Plays it up. Got it to Klinkhammer. And that one took a weird bounce as Cohan's able to pick it up. Cohan out front. Good chance there as Aidan McCartney scores. Got it past the 5-hole of Derek Champagne for his 15th of the season. It's 2-1.
Well, it's that coverage in the high danger areas that the Cubs have been getting to. And a perfectly placed shot from the slot. Doesn't quite get all of it, but beats Champagne 5-hole through the traffic. And it's a 1-goal game. A weird bounce to start it off, and then just good positioning from the situation that the Cubs found themselves in.
Face off as we're back underway. Voodoos dumped that one in. Wintle plays it into the corner for Varela. Now Rismond with it. Gets the puck out. Jasoni picks it up at the neutral zone, flips it right back in, and Pereira's going to chase after it. Rismond plays it to the near side. Cohan has it. Cohan plays it out front. Good skates there by Saginaw to keep it in there for a moment. Now it's picked up by Dawson. Back to his man. That's Cullen. Dumped back in. Rismond picks it up. Rismond down the ice for Klinkhammer. That one gets past Jasoni, and Cullen will chase after it. Cullen back for Jasoni, up for Saginaw. Saginaw's one-touch pass didn't find anybody but a blue jersey. That was Rismond. Cohan dumps it right back in. Jasoni takes the body, completely left the puck up for Long. Now Signoretti chance far side, picked up by the Cubs again. King falls down, no call coming. Jasoni kicks the puck down the ice, picks up his stick. And now we'll get an icing call against the Voodoos. As Jasoni did lose his stick on that play. Voodoos might have got away with one.
It's a strange sequence of the check away from the puck, the disappearing stick, and then a kick icing, which is not something you see too often.
No, that was a... Can't tell if we're playing soccer or what's going on now.
Clears the pitch.
Pereira in for the draw against Caden Long. Both having ties to the battalion organization. Pereira playing for them. Caden Long, a former draft pick. His brother Breyer did play for the battalion until he decided to go play in Sudbury. Flipped back down the ice. King walking in. King with a shot. That one hit a stick of Marnell and well out of play.
Cubs continuing to pressure here, just riding the momentum of that goal. Feels like they've been in the Voodoos' end pretty much the entire time since. Just continuing this trend of sending as many pucks as possible at Derek Champagne. 19 shots still.
Yeah, the shots on goal this period are only 2-1 in favor of the Cubs, but like you said, it's been almost all Cubs here for the last few minutes. As the Voodoos try to figure out who they want to take the face-off here, it's Lefebvre coming in against Long. That line's been out there for a long time. I'll see myself out. King with the puck at the point, tried to get a shot away, but he fanned on it. Now Long with the puck. Long comes away with it, takes a shot. Champagne made the kick save on that. Puck on the far side wall, pinned there. Still battling. Trying to come away with it on the half wall. It comes loose and is picked up by Owen Head. And Head's going to send it down the ice as Lefebvre gets to it. Lefebvre tried to poke it ahead of Signoretti, as now we see a fight from Caden Long on the other end. I don't know who the Voodoo player is, but Caden Long was throwing punches with his gloves still on, however. As now that's Bond Sr. who comes out. And Bond Sr.'s holding up his arms. It looked like Bond Sr. was just kind of dropped by Long, and now Long letting out a bit of a woo as he gets up, dropping the gloves. Bond Sr. pleading his case as he goes to the penalty. No, they're going to show him, I think, the gate. Caden Long's going right off. And the penalty boxes are open, but I didn't see what started it. I just saw Long on top of Bond Sr. letting fists fly.
Yeah, I did not catch it either, as he was focused on the Lefebvre break up the ice.
Yeah, he had a good chance. He was almost all alone. He had poked the puck past Signoretti before the whistle blew. Bond Sr. still on the bench holding his hands up as if like, what did I do? I didn't really do anything. Again, missed what started it. And the referees and linesmen are conferring with Jeremy Love, the scorekeeper. to make sure that they've dotted their I's and crossed their T's. You don't see a fight in this league very often, especially now with the cages. Used to when it was visors, but
when you do, there's a good chance it's between these two teams. Certainly would not be the first time. There is some well-known animosity between these two squads.
These two teams met in the finals 2 years ago. The Cubs winning in 5 games. And then the Cubs winning in 7 against Hearst last year. So everybody in the league, you know, if you're the Cubs, you got to think everyone in the league is gunning for your position. And the Cubs doing what they can to keep their spot on top, as Bond Sr. is now being brought to the penalty box. So it doesn't look like he's gone from the game. But Caden Long has yet to reappear.
And that position that the Cubs do occupy is the first spot secured in the playoffs. Not necessarily as the number 1 seed, but they are secured in the playoffs.
So it's a 4-minute power play for the Cubs. 4-minute penalty. 4-minute power play for the Voodoos, rather. I'm just full of cobwebs today, Harrison. I can't read scoreboards. I can't read
Well,
math.
we can't read that scoreboard anyway because
No.
our lovely stanchion here at the Sportsplex is in the way.
So it's a double minor. Ty Dubroy is serving. Caden Long is back on the bench as he comes out as the play's about to get going. Now he's on the bench, so we'll have to see what happens there. As the puck is won by the Voodoos, Klinkhammer tries to get it out. Pereira tried to keep it in. He did briefly. And now the puck's back to the far side. Sent back down. Champagne out to play it. Leaves it for Roussel. Roussel for Kratz. Long has now left the bench again. Kratz tried to play it cross ice, and now it's picked up by Cohen. Kratz gets it back. And picked back up and sent in by the Voodoos, but not very deep, is now Kratz in a foot race with Klinkhammer. Plays it over to the far side for Roussel. Roussel takes a whack. Gets in. Leaves the puck for Pereira. Pereira going for a skate behind the net. 10 minutes for face masking for Caden Long. That's why you won't see him serving the penalty. Russo battling along the wall. Now back for Pereira. Pereira comes away with it, plays it far side. Back out front. Chance there by Roussel. He fanned on the one-time attempt, though. As now the puck comes back to the blue line, but not kept in by Boys. As a 2-on-1 for the Cubs. Cohen with Klinkhammer. Cohen with a shot. He scores. Noah Cohen, shorthanded, gets his 16th of the season. It's 2-2.
And a brutal misplay at the blue line leaves just the opposition undefended. And a very fortunate turn of events for the Cubs. They keep up the pressure early in the penalty kill. And just as the Voodoos get established, they can't hold the blue line. And a no-mistake shot ties it up.
The Voodoos have been outshot 2-0 on their power play chances for those keeping score at home. The Cubs with the 2 shots. And they have the puck in the Voodoo zone now. It's Kupel. Kupel comes away with it. Kupel gets the puck in deep. Got it to Bradley. Out front, good chance. Dawson had the puck in the slot. Couldn't quite get a shot away. Now the puck played around to the near side. Bradley tried to get to it. It's out front. And the puck back down the ice. Champagne leaves it for Bagley. Just when the Voodoos had a prime opportunity to reestablish a 2-goal lead. The Cubs tie it up. And Dawson plays it in. Takes a shot. That one went wide of the net. And the puck hits the glass and goes down the ice. Bagley will have to pick it up in his own zone. Bagley has Newton on him. Bagley going for a skate. Turns on the Jets. Walks in. He had the puck knocked away from him. Dawson has it. Dawson back for Kupel. Less than 2 minutes on this 4-minute power play. 1 shot, 1 goal so far, but it's for Sudbury. Bagley with the puck. Plays it up for Saginaw. Saginaw flips it down the ice, going for a skate, walks in. Saginaw Walks in, takes a shot. Wintle with a save, rebound chance by Bradley. Another chance, they score! Caleb Dawson picking up the garbage and depositing. It's his 20th of the season. It's 3-2 Voodoos.
And a massive goal for Powassan. They get scored on during the first few minutes of their 4-minute. Can't get anything established. Find themselves on the rush, and then just solid net front presence. Sudbury didn't get in the way at all on that goal. 3-2 for the Voodoos. A much needed bounce back goal from Powassan.
Bit of a something going on here between the fans and owner Jim Bruce. Kratz walks in, takes a shot. There's a bit of something going on, and finger pointing happening in the stands. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Puck in the Cubs zone. Horgan with it to Vlad. Vlad gains the red line. Now he gains the blue line, but loses it. Boys flips it right back out. Horgan picking it back up. Horgan plays it around, nearly given up right to the goalie, but the puck's down the ice for King. King gets past his man. King with a chance. Big save made by Derek Champagne. Now it's picked back up by the Voodoos as he tries to get through. That's Boys. Boys is able to dump it in, and the Voodoos will go for a change. Still some finger pointing going on in the stands here. Vlad plays it around to Lefebvre. Cubs trying to get it out of their zone. They do. Jasoni, and now we're going to see, I believe, a penalty coming up to the Cubs here as Dawson's glove is on the ice and he looks to be in pain.
Voodoos hoping for a bit better start to their power play. Maybe the same end result with a goal would be ideal. Just want to highlight a quick play by Ben Jasoni off the bench. Long stretch pass was coming in, and Jasoni hustled to make that opportunity difficult for the Cubs.
And now the Cubs are going to have a power play, actually. I thought it was going the other way. 9:22 left. So the Voodoos, who've already killed off one power play, get it to Klinkhammer. And the Voodoos are able to dump it down the ice as Risman couldn't quite get there. Minute 50 on this power play. Risman with the puck behind his net. Down the ice, hit Kupel, and it's carried in offside, so we'll get a stoppage here. As again, the Cubs, who are very dangerous on the man, well, the Cubs who are dangerous any time of the game, but especially with the man advantage, operating over, how high was it, Harrison? It was over 30%.
35.4 at the start of this game.
Ridiculous. Like, that's just a crazy number. You don't see that very often on the power play.
Much like a lot of the stats we've talked about tonight between players and teams, video game numbers.
I can never get my power play going that well on NHL. It's always like 10%. McCartney plays the puck behind him to Risman at the point. Risman takes a shot, Champagne with the save, and the puck is into the corner and played out of play by Pereira, so we'll get a stoppage here.
And I'm not aware what the penalty fully was.
I heard holding. That's all I heard. Keep in mind, we have headsets on, so we don't get the full details. Or we can't hear the full details, that is. Russo being shown out of the face-off dot. Now it's Dawson being brought in. And it's won back by the Cubs. Shot on goal. Big block made by Russo. Now it's King. King is going to switch places with Horgan. Plays it to Walker. Walker with a shot. That one is well high and off the glass and down the ice. Now it's Horgan who skates after it. Minute left on the man advantage. Horgan has the puck, flips it down the ice. That was a good breakout pass and a good chance. Now Dubroy puts his man wide. It's going to be another delayed penalty coming to the Voodoos here as Dawson fires the puck down the ice. Newton was just getting behind the defense and was taken down. I thought much like that penalty against Lane Hudson.
I was going to say.
In the Habs game, that the blue line had tripped Nolan Newton.
It was.
But we are also up here and not on the ice. So it's going to be a 5-on-3 for 47 seconds.
8:09 in the period, and it's been a trading of high danger man advantage chances for both these teams.
Off the draw, Walker has it at the blue line. Walker plays it back to King. King's going to swap places with Walker. Takes the shot, Champagne made the save, and the puck is out of play. It's their 25th shot on goal in this one.
If we thought the first Voodoo's power play was gutsy, we're going to have to see the same or more from the three men on the ice currently to keep this a one-goal game.
Bagley is also in the box, so he made the biggest block I've seen this season for the Voodoo's. Now Russo getting shown out of the face-off dot for a second time this power play. Kratz, a defenseman, coming in, and it's won cleanly by the Cubs. Back to Walker. Walker back for Horgan. Horgan at the top of the point. Looking through his options, plays it to Walker. Horgan, who was lining up for a shot, couldn't quite get one to go. Russo couldn't get the puck out. 15 seconds left. Big block by Russo on this 5-on-3. Back to the point. Horgan with a chance. Horgan with a shot. That was blocked aside by Champagne. Rebound chance stopped by the goaltender as he made two big saves on that one.
You want to talk about gutsy efforts. What a play by Russo. Hounding the puck handlers, getting in the way. Good sticks on. Couldn't quite clear the puck, but follows up with an excellent shot. And he'll go back in for the draw once again.
7 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Roussel tried to get the puck out. Now Russo whacking at it. He does. And now it's 5-on-4. Coming out his head. As the puck going the other way, Russo trying to do everything to get around Horgan. He plays it back to McCartney. A minute left on the man advantage for the Cubs. Cohan dumping the puck in. Roussel chasing after it. He's got McCartney with him as well. Still battling on the far side. The Voodoo's get it back to the blue line, but not out. Cohan with it. Cohan tried to get a shot away, fanned on it. Playing it back to Horgan. Now to Klinkhammer. Klinkhammer with a bit of a knuckle puck. And Derek Champagne with a big glove save on that one. 40 seconds left on the man advantage. Shots on goal, 28-11 in favor of the Cubs.
And finally, the captain, Justin Russo, goes off for a well-earned rest.
Yep.
An excellent couple of sequences from the Voodoo's captain.
Pereira wins it back. It's out of the zone on a good play by Kratz. It only just got out as Vlad nearly kept that in. That would have been a great play by Vlad. Now McCartney walking back in. Trying to set up shop. He leaves it for Klinkhammer. Klinkhammer on the far side. Takes a shot from distance. It's stopped by Champagne. Now McCartney again to Klinkhammer. Klinkhammer, another shot. That one went wide of the net. And down the ice it goes. 13 seconds left on this man advantage. Vlad with the puck. 5 seconds left. Gets it up for Dubroy. Ty Dubroy takes a hard hit from Kratz. Now it's Dawson. Dawson trying to poke the puck forward. It's back to Vlad, taking a shot from distance. That's blocked by Kratz. We're back to 5-on-5 here. Big kill by the Voodoos on an extended 5-on-3 sequence. Risman plays the puck, bouncing. Champagne got across. Never really got to him as Bradley tried to play it back to the blue line. Vlad couldn't keep it. Now it's Pereira with a step. Jacks Pereira to the net. He's knocked down. And the fans looking for a call. Here is Pereira is down and out. Trainer J.J. Johnson to the rescue here as they're trying to clear things out. Pereira is hurt. And there's a bit of a skirmish after that as well. Pereira taken down hard, and you just hope he's okay.
Pereira gets the step. Tries to cut in. And some contact made. As we'll wait to see.
Fans here, oh, the helmet for Pereira's come off. Fans here not happy with the
what's going on. Dawson down there on one knee. The referees are talking. They've yet to come to a decision. 5:40 left in the second period. Voodoos lead 3-2. Pereira getting up. Not under his own power, though. He's being helped by JJ and Caleb Dawson. And you just hope that he's good to go. We'll have to see. It's not a good look when a player goes off like that. Especially with how good that line's been. That Pereira, Dawson, Saginaw line. But your thoughts are with the health of the player first and foremost.
Absolutely. And as vital of a player as he's been, his health, as you said, is most important. So still some deliberation happening between the stripes, the benches, trying to determine the course of action moving forward.
Pereira had a step to the outside, and he tried to cut in towards the net. And I don't remember which player it was on the Cubs, but he had his stick down, and it was pretty bang-bang on the play, but something knocked Pereira down, regardless. And he went flying into the post. And that's what hurt him, was hitting the post. If he hits the goalie, he's fine all day long. But it's the post. As Bradley's talking to the referees with Klinkhammer. 5-minute penalty on the board for the Cubs. That's what it's at right now. Whether or not that changes. That'll take us to 40 seconds left on the period when that penalty expires. Daryl Moxham getting a talking to from the referees on that as well. The referees have yet to really come over to talk to head coach of the Voodoos, Peter Goulet. And again, you just hope that Jax Pereira is okay.
That's the most important thing right now.
You know it's serious when the owner of the team gets up and walks over to the dressing room. So
while things still shake out, we'll take a brief look away from this game. As again, there is still 3 more games going on.
Real quick, just because you're talking about that, it just dawned on me that we won't get a mid-period break until 40 seconds left in the period.
That is true. I thought the one I had a couple weeks ago with Ben Sargent with 2 minutes left was a bit late of a mid-period break, but
anyways,
touch later. Yeah. So, again, all ties around the league. 1-1 French River Iroquois Falls at the end of 1, 2-2 between the Sioux Thunderbirds and Timmins at the end of 1, and the Eagles and the Paper Kings are tied at 1. As the 5 minutes will remain, and the Voodoos with their opportunity to blow this thing open.
The Voodoos have a chance to make hay, and it's knocked out and down the ice by the Cubs as Cohan was cheating a little bit as he blew the zone, but Lefebvre got to it first. Now it's Kratz. Kratz plays it up for Lefebvre. Lefebvre on the near side. Sharp angle, try to get a shot away. Now he's tied up. Coming in for support. Kratz try to get it past Klinkhammer. Now it's a foot race between Roussel and Klinkhammer. Roussel came away with it. He has the loose puck, plays it around for Kratz. Kratz. And Klinkhammer now with Lefebvre. Klinkhammer just trying to kill as much time as he can. Now he carries the puck back in. Klinkhammer cuts to the outside. Try to get a shot away. It's blocked by the Voodoos. Now it's picked up by Kratz. Marcus Kratz to Russo. Russo up for Kratz. Kratz plays it across for Lefebvre with a shot. And that one went high and over the net. Boys plays it around to the near side for Lefebvre. Lefebvre played it back to the point. That one hit a stick of Cohan. And Boys has to chase back after it. Boys with the puck, going for a skate. Boys cuts around to the outside, dumps it in. The lad gets there. He plays it around. It's picked up by Bagley at the point. Bagley plays it back for Saginaw. Saginaw with a shot. Russo with a chance near side, and much like myself on the edge of the green, chipped it right over.
An awkward angle to try and go in for, but Voodoos generating a couple chances once they finally were able to crack the checking pressure of the Cubs, moving the puck around with around 3.5 minutes left on this 5-minute power play.
Saginaw in for the draw. He tried to kick it forwards. Jacob Signoretti's going to get to it. And he's going to play it back to the blue line. Dawson keeps it in. Good speed showed by number 10 in white. Caleb Dawson plays the puck deep, takes the shot. That one's stopped by Wintle. 4:03 left on the game clock. 3-2 for the Voodoos.
3:22, I believe, on the power play, and still Voodoos maintaining zone time.
So it's Tyson Risman who took the penalty. He got a major and a game for checking from behind. Braden Bagley gets a shot away, scores! Braden Bagley! His 6th goal of the season. It's 4-2 Voodoos.
The nice move at the blue line. Dangerous move, but is able to create the space, dance up through the slot, and pick his spot. A massive goal.
He scored a really nice goal about a week or so ago in French River. And Braden Bagley has quietly got 29 points now in 34 games. Not bad for a defender. And the Voodoos still on the power play, as it's the major. That's the second game that we've taken in this year, Harrison, where Risman's been kicked out of the game between these two teams.
That is true. Was the last one we went to in Sudbury?
No, it was the Showcase.
Oh, the Showcase,
yeah.
Correct, yes.
In the final game of the Showcase, it always seems to be Powassan and Sudbury. Always makes for good fun. As Kratz tries to dipsy doodle his way through the neutral zone, now it's Antonioni with a chance. Antonioni with a shot, he scores! Lucas Antonioni with his 11th of the season makes it 4-3 as the Cubs get their second shorthanded goal of the game.
And just a poor defensive decision as he had a man back each. And instead of pinching on the defender, just leave Champagne to challenge the shooter alone.
Champagne's faced 30 shots so far. Wintle's faced 13. Rousseau for the draw against Klinkhammer. It's one back into the Voodoo zone. Roussel to Kratz. Kratz has it off his stick, though, as he sends the puck up the ice. Now it's Rousseau. Rousseau flips it to Boyes. Couldn't quite get a hold on it. Now it's Rousseau again with it. Rousseau to Lefebvre. Lefebvre walks in with Lefebvre with a chance. The puck on the doorstep. Lefebvre knocked down, and the puck into the corner for Cohan. Cohan